Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man, Sai. Alrighty, Arne Slot's first interview is now done. And it's been a while coming really, but it was worth the wait. Now we learned a lot of very interesting things about Arne Slot and his intentions for Liverpool, so let's get into it. But just before we do, my apologies, the whole family is down with COVID. We avoided it for 3 years, but alas, smack, bang, wallop, face, throat and everything. But I wanted to make a video, so here we go, so bear with me, okay? And this badass Dragon Quest replica real life sword arrives, so I will be doing an RPG themed ode with my terrible singing to Arne Slot. My voice fully recovers. Shing. So first things first, we learned that Arne Slot didn't actually contact Liverpool players until Jurgen Klopp's full-on departure. He's been working around in the background. This shows the integrity of the man. He gave the players every opportunity to enjoy the last moments of Jurgen Klopp, and for that everyone's very, very grateful. In fact, he actually had a lot of talks with Jurgen Klopp, and Klopp gave him lots of pointers on what to enjoy in Liverpool and was really, really happy for him. I'm glad that these coaches get on really, really well, and Klopp intimated as well that he will be Liverpool's biggest fan. My goodness, we have Jurgen Klopp as a true thoroughbred red a Liverpool fan. That's amazing to hear, and I'm sure he'll turn up at Anfield on occasion as well. And he cleared some distinction straight away. His name is Arne Slot, not Arnie. Arnie boy. And he revealed he's been in talks with Richard Hughes almost daily, so this lends itself well to not only recruiting the technical staff in the background behind the scenes, but also for players and for transfers. We must be well underway instructing Richard Hughes to scout Europe and the world, South America, and get those talents in Liverpool early doors, putting the feelers out to the agents and making sure that we are well placed to pounce on any given talent that becomes available, like Lenny Yoro for example, if it doesn't go well with Real Madrid. And speaking of infrastructure, Michael Edwards, CEO of Global Football, Richard Hughes, Sporting Director. Daily talks with Arne Slot lends itself well. Julian Ward is back, technical director, and he helped get the McAllister deal through the lines, and he worked with Michael Edwards closely for years, and we know the talent. And Pedro Marquez, director of football talent, can only lend itself well a bit of European flair to make sure the players are brought through the ranks appropriately. As well as Mark Birchall being chief scout. Now with this dream team of corporate suits in the background, it can only lend itself well to giving the best infrastructure for Arne Slot to succeed. Now he made a distinction between head coach and manager. In his world, it doesn't really make a difference, it's just a title to be honest. You can do what you need to do on a daily basis, but it allows him to focus on the training, getting hands-on, getting out there. The big difference between Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot is I think Jurgen Klopp delegated, because of his age and because of his style, a lot of the hands-on training to Pep Lijnders, right? And Pep Lijnders did a fantastic job, very, very vocal. You can always recognize Pep Lijnders' passionate voice in the background as well. But I think Arne Slot is younger, 45 years old. He's going to get hands-on, and he is so well-spoken. Now, if he speaks this well in the media, and Feyenoord fans have already said that he is amazing with the media. He doesn't get bedazzled, he doesn't get kerfuffled, he doesn't get irritated. He's very well-spoken and very clever, very articulate and very intelligent. He almost sounds like the Miyazaki man Sai. Do I digress? No, it's true. And if he can do so well in the interview and come across so genuine and convey his thoughts so clearly, concisely and precisely, this is absolutely a hint for things to come. And I really believe the players will take on to him very, very quickly because he sounds genuine, he sounds decent, and what a nice looking man. I've commissioned some artwork including this Chaos Chibi of Arne Slot because I reckon he has that inner darkness, that inner aggression, that inner desire and will to win, fronted by the nicest, kindest uncle face you can ever have. But to be a winner, to be a prominent manager of the successful era, you always have to have something about you internally. So this chibi here represents inner desires and power of Arne Slot, and he aligns himself well to Chaos because our agent of Chaos, Darwin Núñez, will surely thrive on Arne Slot. I'll make that video soon because I reckon Arne Slot can really unleash Darwin Núñez, and I'll tell you why. Now Arne Slot has a huge track record of improving players. Santiago Jimenez at Feyenoord wasn't hitting the ground running, however he looked a real prospect and a real good talent that Arne Slot has harnessed to win Feyenoord the Eredivisie League title. Now Darwin Núñez has a humongous ceiling. We couldn't piece together all of the pieces of the puzzle in Jurgen Klopp's system, and I think he's slightly overcoached to some extent to be a pressing machine when actually he's more better in the chaos-free moments of dirtballing and instinctive play. Now some players I think will really thrive under Arne Slot will be Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott. I'll tell you why in the next video, but these players in particular have key elements to hit certain milestones and metrics in Arne Slot's system that I think will showcase their talents to a higher extent than under Jurgen Klopp's system, because Jurgen Klopp's system is about pace, power, speed and directness, whereas Arne Slot's system is more intricate in its build-up play, and there's certain elements there that will give them the right timing to know what they need to do and finish with aplomb. And Arne Slot also has a good record of keeping key players fit, or the whole squad fit. I don't know whether it's the physios, the head of sports science, or that kind of thing, a bit of luck as well. Is it because of the Eredivisie, not the Premier League? We'll find out. If only Thiago Alcantara could have kept fit as well. Would have loved to see Thiago lighting it up week on week out in Anfield, but it is what it is. But saying that, Arne Slot has already seen footage of the training that Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders used to do, because good coaches steal, good elements from each other. He's going to implement his own system, and this is the key word I love to hear in Arne Slot's interview. He's going to implement changes, implement his style of football, implement his ideas, and implement his philosophy of playing to the players currently in the training ground at the moment, not away on international duty, so that when those players come back, these players along with the coaching staff can help implement the game plan, the philosophy, the harmonious nature and the approach next season in the preseason in America, and off we go to win. He's looking forward to the first match in America, he's looking forward to the first training session as a head coach should do, and he's looking forward to the first match at Anfield. Of course he is. However, we need to make sure that we support Arne Slot fully, and my ode, my anthem to Arne Slot will enforce that message. Look forward to a bit of corny music, a bit of RPG music, but I love me some wild entertainment. And he did mention a key factor of success will be harnessing the power of the fans, supporting from day one the manager, the coach, the players, the team, the Holy Trinity, as Bill Shankly said, the players, the manager and the fans. In terms of transfers coming in, it's been music to my ears to know that he has been in daily contact with Richard Hughes, sporting director, which means that all the transfer plans, the shortlist, the wish list is in place. And additionally, this squad has now had 1 year to build that rapport, build that team unity, build that understanding and build that chemistry, what works, what doesn't work, build relationships with each other. McAllister, for example, has taken all the Latin American players under his wing, Darwin Núñez, Lucho Diaz, all drinking that mate, the good stuff, right? So it's very, very good to see the bromance. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Szoboszlai, Tsimikas and Mo Salah, all that kind of thing come together. There is team unity there, there is a harmony there, they've played together. He will be looking to keep the squad together, more or less. Manton, Wataru Endo, the Emperor Big E himself, has a year adjusted to the Premier League. He'll only get better and better as well. He's a young 30, by the way. He will play a prominent role next season. Number 6, probably rotate with another number 6 coming in if one comes in as well. But the important thing to note is Arne Slot said we will need some players coming in to help us do what we need to do to reach a higher points tally, to get above the 90s, to get into that first place position, to win the Premier League, to win the Champions League, to win it all, baby. And as Slot mentioned, his style of football is to have the ball, play with energy, pressure the opposition, don't give them a moment's rest, play with intensity and intelligence, because the Liverpool fans want to see a team who do everything it takes to win, give 110% on the field, and even when the game is not going well, put in the effort and put in the ideas to turn it around. And the beautiful thing I like to see is Arne Slot knows, for example, his position. He comes in from Jurgen Klopp. He's been scouted because of the fact that his attributes and his playing style is somewhat similar to Jurgen Klopp. It's a better transition than, for example, a Ruben Amorim or Xabi Alonso who play free at the back. I think Arne Slot will take like a fish to water and really, really hit the ground running against Ipswich. We've got a nice kind fixture list. The first 6 fixtures, I believe, have the lowest divisional points tally of that table. I don't think it means very much because anyone could beat anyone in the Premier League. However, the fixtures are relatively kind, and I think Arne Slot mentioned, even though he's somewhat similar to Jurgen Klopp and can inherit the reins and transition very, very quickly, he isn't exactly Jurgen Klopp. He's not Jurgen Klopp. He's got his own style of play, and I want to see that implemented. I want to see a clear basis for Arne Slot, slot machine football, unlike Ten Hag, who still has no playing philosophy, and Eric Ten Hag, the battle of the bolds. That will be amazing to see. Arne Slot will absolutely doing him in, because Arne Slot's of a higher technical caliber. Really believe that. And look at the Feyenoord team as well. Feyenoord fans think he's the best coach that happened to them for the last 30 years. He left them in a magnificent place. He turned around their fortunes and left them with a squad that is bridled with talent, right? David Hanko at the back, Geertruida, Wiefer, Santiago Jimenez, Minte, so many good players in that final team. They'll be just fine. And if you talk about improving players as well, Pikesal, Timber and Stengs, they all stepped up to the plate, and Arne Slot really made them important, prominent positions and figures in his tactical setup as well. And the diversity and the style of play, the identity of Arne Slot football is clear to see, and that's something I really want to see implemented in Liverpool as well, because I think it'll be a fun, dynamic, sexy style of football. And you can already see the Richard Hughes effect as well, because Fabian Ott here, right? Borussia Mönchengladbach's goalkeeping coach. Now this guy is an absolute genius in the field. Look at his LinkedIn. He's got a PhD in tactical analysis, philosophy, awareness of gaming styles and implementation as well. He has prominent ideas. He's one of the leading figures in goalkeeping technology, one of the leading figures in Europe, if not worldwide as well, of the goalkeeping metrics and what they need to do to squeeze an extra ounce. Now, if you could think of any way to make Alisson Becker even better, my goodness, what a monster we have on our hands. We just need to keep him fit. But with Arne Slot's training methods proving they can keep players fit, I'm really looking forward to the potential on and off sickies such as Ibu Konate, Alisson Becker, for example, keeping fit for the whole season. Diogo Jota would be a big one as well. Jota the Slotter. We need him fit for the whole season to bang them goals in. And talking about transfer targets, players like Mohamed Kudus, who is very, very prominent now at West Ham. He had a fantastic season. His dribbling metrics are off the chart. He's been linked with Saudi Arabia. He'd be a good one to get in. Crescencio Somerville as well at Leeds. He'd be a prospect kind of signing, not an immediate starter, but he'd be interesting. But he's linked with other clubs as well. And we've talked about all of the defensive centre-back options: Lenny Yoro, Hincapie, Inacio, Pacho, Calafiori. We could probably rule out someone like Levi Colwill, who will not leave Chelsea for Liverpool. It's never going to happen. Branthwaite looks more like Man United. He's not going to go from Everton to Liverpool either. And then you look at the defensive midfield slot, Douglas Luiz looks like he's on his way to Juve, but it's still Bruno Guimaraes, Weaver, Edison, for example, Yusuf Fofana, although I think Fofana's a bit too raw and hasn't really got the techers for Arne Slot system. Because of the fact that Arne Slot absolutely loves hoarding wingers, throwing on a winger like for like, or alternative style, or changing the tempo, or changing style of play, we could look at a Kaoru Mitoma, a Pedro Neto, for example, Nico Williams, and that kind of player. Definitely don't want a Daniel Malin, because he's so much like a Loic Remy type of player, just not the upper echelon that I think Liverpool need. And in pre-season, I think Arne Slot will show his first mettle as a coach, showing his impact, getting the players fit, getting them to the conditions that they need to really, really face the upcoming season. I think I intrinsically trust Arne Slot to get it right in pre-season, and I think we'll start to see elements of his style of play in the pre-season in America against the opposition, because I think he can convey his style of playing, his ideas to the players quite succinctly, and I think we can see which players really fit his style of football. And the fact that Arne Slot really, really does like to get hands-on and work with the players only lends itself well as well, because then you can respect the man for his ideas and he's actually on the pitch, and he was a decent footballer as well. This is one of the keys to unlocking Darwin Núñez. Arne Slot was an absolutely fantastic playmaker behind a prominent number 9. Could that be a sign for things to come in the coming season? A playmaker, finally a playmaker back at Liverpool. And it's also very, very good to see that Arne Slot had a fantastic holiday. He's perfected the shininess. He's got the tan and the gleam. Wow, what a package. And this is the guy that will give his absolute all to make sure Liverpool succeed in the coming season and beyond. I fully back Arne Slot, and hopefully all you guys do too. He is Liverpool's coach, and my goodness, what a beautiful looking coach. He's the nicest man I've seen in the dugout in a long, long time. He's so cute as well. Miyazaki man Ichiban, make sure you smash a like in this video. Until next time, Janet.